What's going on, people? Back again with another episode of Footy Talk, and you lot are going to enjoy this one. I can already see the comment section going off. What are you saying, bro?
Love that. Oh, the comment section is always ready. It's always locked. It's always loaded. This is always a great show, lads. Listen, probably because I don't do any shows on my channel. But out of all the shows that I do, favourite shows you're on the week.
Come on, G. Bro. You already know, and they
lad.
have it in here, bro. I'm telling you, man. Oh my days. Have you seen the Monday Night Football team of the seasons?
Right. So I haven't saw them player for player. I've heard a lot more about Carragher's than Gary Neville's, and
the Liverpool fans were fuming that Mo Salah wasn't in there. And you know what? Yeah. I can't disagree with them because Gary Neville put Rashford in there, and if Rashford's in there, then Mo Salah's in there. Do you know what I mean?
Listen, I get that. So based off, so wait, was Rashford in there?
Bruv, Gary Neville picked
so wait there.
Rashford.
What's the teams? Can someone?
Hey guys, put both of their teams in the comment section so I can put them up, bruv.
Because
no Jack Grealish, yeah, no fucking Grealish, bro. In either team,
taking the piss.
I swear to God.
Yeah, we don't need to take these with any substance then, because if you put Rashford in over Salah, bear in mind they do a very similar job, and Salah's done better in that aspect. In a worse team, by the way. If you're putting him in over there and then you just completely ignoring players like Jack Grealish. Wait, is Mason Mount in there?
No Mount, but Carragher picked Kante, bro.
Safe.
Bro,
I am off to get dinner. I am finished with this stuff. Wait,
mate.
What?
Listen, yeah. Kante, yeah. He put Kante in there. Kante, yeah, has had about a good last.
Kante's in there.
He had a good 3 weeks.
Wait, Gundogan's in there though, isn't he? Rants,
yeah, he has to be. Gundogan's in Carragher. No, in Gundogan is in Neville's, but not Carragher's, bro.
And so is Kante in Carragher's? Let me get.
Yeah, bro.
You're taking the piss,
bro.
You're telling me, right? So you're telling me because Gundogan has stopped playing a more offensive role since De Bruyne's come back.
They forgot about him.
He still smashed it. If you watch Manchester City, he's still been pulling strings in that midfield. Just because he's not scoring as many goals, he's not getting a mention in the team of the season. A team of the season that's supposed to be represented over the course of a season, not a Champions League quarter-final against Real Madrid. Why is Kante in there? Listen, notoriously, big up to N'Golo Kante, man. Absolute legends of the Premier League with what he, with his background story, what he achieved. It's them fairy tale stories that I love, lads. But
and he drives a Mini, so you know what I mean. Everyone's like, "Oh, he's such a humble lad." Come on, bro.
And you know what, lads? He might save orphans on the weekend, and fair play to him, bro. Fair play to him. Do you know what I mean, lad? Because that's brilliant. That being said, to put him in a team of the season over players like Gundogan and whatnot who have been brilliant over the course, I have to disagree with that massively. That's madness, right? Let me get Carragher's. Because Carragher's.
Bro, you know what's mad, yeah? What I mean, the recency bias and the flipping GA crap, yeah, that goes on in these things are disgraceful, bro. Like for the course of the season, there's been certain players that have been spoken about. Martinez, the goalkeeper at Aston Villa, everyone was saying what a great signing he was, yeah. Arguably signing of the season from Arsenal. Cancelo, yeah, at right back. He put Carl Walker in ahead of Cancelo, bruv, even though Cancelo has probably been the best right back in the league for the whole season.
Listen, fair play to Kufal as well. Shout out to Kufal, but I was genuinely
good player.
Put him in the team.
He's a good player, but he's not better than Cancelo, bruv, and he hasn't been better than Cancelo this season. No way. And then someone like a Souček, who's been brilliant all season, is not in there, but you've got N'Golo Kante, yeah, that's been missing for 2/3 of the season. And then you've got Gundogan has to be in there. De Bruyne's in there by default, yeah, even though De Bruyne hasn't had an amazing season. I don't know what his numbers are, but when I watch him play, he don't look like the same player from 2-3 seasons ago, bro. He looks a bit heavier, and he just doesn't, bro. He's not affecting games as much, bro. I watched him both legs of the Champions League, and he was shit. Even though he scored, he was rubbish. Do you know what I mean? Mahrez was better than him. Mahrez has been more important for Man City probably in the last couple months,
especially
2-3
over the
months.
past few. 100%. Mahrez has stepped up, man.
Mahrez ain't in there, bro. So, yeah, I mean, Neville said something about what Rashford's done off the pitch and that and this, that. Yeah. Bruv, get the fuck out of here, bro. It's a team of the season, bro.
Carragher has put Human Son in his front three. Now, I'm probably going to sound a little bit stupid here, and people might disagree, and that's fair enough. That being said, I don't know if Son, over a consistent basis of the whole season, deserves to be in this team.
Him and Kane, they have dropped off, but him and Kane were carrying that Tottenham team under Jose, a very defensive Tottenham team. So if someone said Kane and Son, I wouldn't argue because they were literally the only guys.
It's not the worst mistake in the team.
It's not.
It's not even close. In fact, that looks like one of the better options. I disagree with a good portion of it. I don't mind Phil Foden. I can't believe Mason Mount hasn't made the team.
I mind Foden.
Harry Maguire is in Gary Neville's.
Yeah.
What are you smoking, Gary, lads?
Oi, I'm a big Foden fan, but I mind Phil Foden in there. You know why I mind Phil Foden in there? Because man only really started gassing Foden over the last 2-3 months.
Why the fuck's Kyle Walker at right back?
But that's what I'm saying, my bro.
Season at right back, lads.
I don't even know, bro. From what I know, Cancelo, I know Cancelo's been playing on the left for them for a bit, but fam,
Harry Maguire over Thiago Silva, Harry Maguire over John Stones. He's not even being the best English centre-back in the Premier League. So you're telling me, right, Harry Maguire, who, there was a stat the other day, and I laughed so much because I zoomed in it, and you know, like Instagram, you can zoom in and you can make sure that you can double check these. It was like a Sky Sports stat.
What, with like
the first, like headers won and like friggin' blocks made and interceptions made, first, and I'm like, what, really? Thinking this is the Premier League.
It's at Manchester United.
Manchester United ranking.
And also...
So this is in a rank with John Stones and then, man.
But also, he's first for minutes played as well. When you play the most minutes, you're going to have the best stats. Do you know what I mean? They don't tell you that,
But he's not competing with anyone, man. Like, it's not like he's competing with the John Stones of this world and Thiago Silva.
Between Bailly and Lindelof, they get interchanged. Maguire plays all the games, all the minutes, bro. I mean. He's played the most minutes in Europe, bro. I know, and the man are going on like him being first at Man United is anything. He plays all the fucking games. Do you know what I mean? Like, these things are jarring. That's what I mean. People manipulate numbers to suit their own agenda, yeah? These teams are disgraceful from both of them. I'm a big Phil Foden fan, but for the first 2/3 of the season, no one was talking about Phil Foden in that Man City team. No one. No one, bruv. Mason Mount. How's Mason Mount not in there?
That's mad. Because he was doing it under Frank Lampard. He was the standout man in what was going to end up being, in my opinion, a team that weren't going to even come close to top four. I think they would have been out of the top four race way by now if they were still have Frank Lampard. They wouldn't have got anywhere near a Champions League final. And I know, like, it's Premier League and whatnot, but you can't ignore even what Mason Mount's done for England. When we went away for England, Mason Mount was the more standout player, like, pretty much every game. Don't get me wrong, other players turns up, but the one who turns up the most, it was him. It's like no matter what system he plays in, he can make it work. Why is that getting ignored? Because that should not get ignored. Two different managers, completely turning the season round. I'd love to see what the points have been, what they've gained under Tuchel compared to what it was under Lampard. Because I'm sure it's night and day. They probably got already more wins under Tuchel in the first few weeks than what they did under Lampard. And Mason Mount's not even like, not, how is he not? This is madness. Fair play, he put Gundogan in there. I don't know how Kante got in there for Carragher. They're bullshit though, lads. They're not unlike what I'd make my team.
Bro, honestly, like, it's a joke. Like, even, bruv, listen, Jesse Lingard's got a better shout than half of them man for being in there since he went to West Ham.
For the listen, bro, with the impact that he's had, I don't see why not.
Do you know what I mean? Like, it's ridiculous. Like, I just don't understand, mate. I don't understand. Like, Gundogan, I get. De Bruyne, like, he always gets in there. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? He always gets in there. Always gets in there, bro. For me, this has been nowhere near his best season. People talk about the numbers,
he's been injured.
Bro, exactly. He's been but also numbers don't equal performances, bro. Do you know what I mean? People need to get that out their head. Numbers don't equal performances. Someone will like, Son scored X amount of goals. Someone's like, he's only scored 1 goal in 2021. He done the mad thing at the start of the season.
Do you know when people mention like names like Fofana from Leicester?
And even what's his name as well? Bissouma as well, another player. Them kind of players never get mentioned in these teams, bro. They never get mentioned in these kind of teams. And I said a similar thing with managers. Everyone talks about Pep Guardiola. Manager of the season is David Moyes.
Yep.
It's not even debatable. The guy he spent £5 million, £5 million in the window, and he's got West Ham balling out, and he might finish in Europe. And man, are talking about Pep Manager of the season.
Was that Souček?
Souček has to be in there. Yeah, Souček, I think.
Yeah. But I mean, do you know the signing that he made in the summer? Was that Souček?
I think no, I don't know. I think Souček was there last season. I think.
Was it? One sec, lad. My man's got a telly done so loud. One sec, brother.
Yeah, no worries, bro.
Lower it down once.
Guys, I think Souček was there last season, wasn't he? No, it's Kufau was the 5 million. Yeah, exactly. 5 M's, you know, man. In January, bro. It's a mad thing. Kufau was the 5 million signing. Souček was signed in the summer. That's what I'm saying, bro. It's madness to me. How the hell can Souček not be in the team of the season, bro? Like he's had one of the biggest impacts in the league for his team.
Wait, is he still been scoring goals?
I don't know if he's been scoring goals, but he's been affecting games, bro. I've seen him scoring goals, but all they care about is goals, bro.
But that's why I don't get why Mason Mount isn't in there, because he's like been doing everything, like leadership, being a figure for the team, also having an impact outside.
How old is Mason Mount? How old is Mason Mount?
23 or 24?
Because if he's 23, that means. If he's 23, that means he's still eligible to win Young Player of the Season. And he probably should get... 22. And he should probably get it. He should probably get it. Man, talking about Foden. Foden hasn't been good for the whole season. He hasn't. He's only 22, Mason Mount. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so he could... For me, he's Young Player of the Season. Without a doubt.
He's quality. 22 years of age.
Bro, without a doubt. Man, I got Foden in there and no Mount. Like, these men don't really watch football. We haven't talked about the fact,
I know you already mentioned it, but we haven't talked about the fact that Jack Grealish isn't in there enough. If you're putting De Bruyne in there, you've got to put Jack Grealish in there, because De Bruyne missed a good few months of the season. So just because Jack Grealish has missed a few months, think about what he's done while he was actually there then. And it's the same with like Jesse Lingard and why he could have a shout as well. For what, like, he weren't playing for Man United. If a manager doesn't want to play a player, clearly not due to the fact he hasn't got no ability, because look what he's done. It was obviously due to the fact he just made that choice himself. The second he's loaned him out, he's let him be free, have his own game time. And now look what's happened, and he's not being talked about. I get it, like Lingard isn't the one that should be in there the most. We've already named the ones that should be in there the most. I obviously understand why they put Bruno. Luke Shaw deserves it, in my opinion. But there's a few debatable ones there. Harry Kane's obviously a shout, like no-brainer too.
But that's what I'm saying, bruv. The thing is,
how have you put Kyle Walker over Cancelo?
Bruv, they're putting man in these teams on numbers, not on performances. And this is the problem with these kind of things. Because my man said, oh, yeah, we have to put in KDB and Bruno, because it's not really debatable. It is debatable. I watch Manchester United week in, week out, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Performance-wise, Bruno ain't been great this season. He's in there because of goals and assists only, because Pogba's been United's most important player probably since he came back from injury, by far. Yeah. By far, he's been carrying the team. So it's one of them ones where it's goals and assists why he's in there. And I'm not even saying Pogba should be in the team, because he shouldn't.
But then why isn't Salah in the team?
But you see what it's weird, bro. It's weird for me. It doesn't make no sense.
What if they based it off? That's what I want to know, because
I don't know.
I can happily take substance off them two teams if you can give me reason, even if I don't agree. If you can give me proper validated reasons to why you've chose them players, why Harry Maguire goes above Thiago Silva, why Harry Maguire goes above friggin' Fofana from Leicester, who's made a big impact, like that's when I can make sense of it. Right now, though, bro, I can't make sense of them teams, not even in the slightest. My maths test made more sense than this, bro, and I failed maths massively. It's a heavy one. Nah, what would you put in your team? Who would you say your starting 11 is?
I don't know. Martinez in goal.
Martinez over Mendy?
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Mendy's
I
good,
think...
yeah. Mendy's good, but Mendy's had flipping three centre-backs in front of him. And I think that's the reason why he looks as good as he does. I think he's a good goalkeeper, but I think when you got three centre-backs in front of you, one of which is Thiago Silva, do you know what I mean? You're going to do all right, innit? You're going to do all right. I think the formations help the goalkeeper just as much as obviously the changing keepers as well, because their previous keeper was shite. However, like the change in formation, the change of manager has benefited because
that system helps him, you're right.
Yeah, as good as Mendy is, I ain't seen him making no like unbelievable saves in it. Like
Listen, he does the basics right, and that's what I love from a goalkeeper. Do the basics right. If you don't have many chances coming at you, then obviously that's a thing where you're not really that warmed up. So do the things right, and then obviously if your system is making it work, that's a testament to the system, bro. Because that system is phenomenal. They don't concede many big chances. They might have a few little scuffles that they might concede, but there's no clear-cut one-on-ones that really Mendy has to deal with. So you're right, lads. I think Martinez deserves it based on you see him being tested, and he's actually made the impact there. He's proven that he's Arsenal's best goalkeeper, and they friggin' sold him. So, no doubt. And he could be a shout of signing of the season. Who'd you put left back? Luke Shaw?
Yeah. I think he deserves it. Right back, Cancelo. Centre back, Diaz and Stones. Thiago Silva has a argument to be in there in terms of his impact that he's had on Chelsea, but I think Man City have had the best defense in the league, and they look so good defensively that like I would probably just go with Stones and Diaz, because that partnership has been
insane, serious
for Man City. But if someone said Thiago Silva and Ruben Diaz, fine. Do you know what I mean? And just to this, before I take this comment off the screen, mate, United were 1-0 down last game. Who wins the penalty? Paul Pogba. United were going out the Europa League. Who scores the goal to put them through? Paul Pogba. Too many times, bro. Too many times. Match-winning goal against Fulham. Match-winning goal against Burnley. So on and so forth. Whatever, bro. Since Pogba's come back from injury, he's had this team on his back, bruv, and he's been the difference maker, whether you like it or not, bruv. I don't care who's scoring the goals. Without that guy, United wouldn't be in the Europa League final. It's not even debatable. So, man, them need to start watching football. And Pogba shouldn't be in the Premier League team of the season, by the way. He shouldn't, because he's been injured for most of it. And he's only just hit form probably... When did he come back? What month are we in now? May?
Well, that's the thing. He was smashing it at the start, weren't he? And then he
got injured, and then he came back and he picked up where he left off. He was our best player for 2 months, got injured, came back, and he's been our best player since he's come back. Do you know what I mean? So it's one of them ones.
He's been insane. I've even said it on this channel as well. I'm actually devastated he's not being talked about more, because he deserves it. Like the impact that he has on that team. If you want to put him, you know, below Bruno because Bruno gets the numbers and that's what you base your game off, sweet, but at least still give him the credit that he deserves in terms of the impact he's having on the team. Seems like he's not even getting that. To be honest,
he's not.
I wouldn't argue too much with your back four though. The back four that you just gone with: Cancelo, Luke Shaw, Ruben Diaz, and John Stones, was it?
Or Thiago Silva. I'm gonna go with Thiago Silva, because I think Thiago Silva he's made an instant impact with Chelsea.
Is huge. Fact. Yeah. I'm going to go with John Stones based on the fact that I feel like there's times where he's outperformed Ruben Diaz. I'm not saying he's the sole obviously Ruben Diaz has had the impact, but I believe there's been times during the season. Also, John Stones has started adding goals to his game. That never hurts. Never hurts anyone's argument. So I'd go with them too. Midfield, so 4-3-3.
In midfield,
is the first one.
Mason Mount has to be in there. Gundogan has to be in there. And then you're looking at...
I don't feel like people talk about Rodri enough, with all due respect.
Rodri's been good. He's improved, innit? Like, he's starting to get used to the pace of the Premier League. I think the first season... I don't know. It's hard. You know what I mean? For me, I wouldn't... Souček has to be in there. I wouldn't even put De Bruyne or Bruno in there, because I don't think they've had great seasons by their standards. Like, This team of the year is not about putting the best players in the team. It's about the players that have performed the most optimally in the season, bro. That's what people forget.
Impact.
Exactly, because if we're just doing team of the fucking season, then we could just pick the best players. It will be the same team most years. Do you know what I mean? Team of the season is which players have played to the highest standard, yeah, for what they're capable of and what the impact have they had on their teams. I don't feel like De Bruyne's had a massive impact on City season. I think Gundogan's been more important for them. I think Mahrez has been more important for them. So he shouldn't be in there. Do you know what I mean? It's that simple. Do you know what I mean? I think Bruno has been important for Manchester United this season in terms of like the goals that he scored. Because he takes the pens, bro. But literally, like I think I saw a stat the other week that he hadn't scored from open play in like 15 or 16 games or something like that. So it's one of them ones for me. As good as he is, yeah, he don't deserve to be in there ahead of someone like Souček, who's might fire West Ham into Europe.
That's the thing as well. People will say because we're not putting them in the team, we think that the shit. That's not even the case, bro. It's one of them things where it's the best players. If you're not amongst the best players, as long as you've still done a good job, we're not saying you shit. It's just at the end of the day, it's the best 11. So
David Moyes isn't the best manager in the Premier League, but he's had the best season.
Yeah, there we go. Do
you know what I'm saying? Like, so David Moyes has to be the manager.
If we went off this season and judged their whole career just off this season, then David Moyes is better than Jurgen Klopp. That's bollocks. Absolute bollocks. But yeah, you're right. Off this, he's got to be the manager of the team, by the way. So Souček, Mason Mount, and
Souček, Mount, and Gundogan.
Gundogan, 100%. Right, and then front three:
Harry Kane.
Yeah.
Jack Grealish.
Yeah.
And someone else. You know what I mean? This is where we can debate. Someone's saying Son. Some people are saying Salah.
I reckon Salah over Son.
All day.
I reckon Salah over Son, Michel. I'm not going to lie, I thought you were going to disagree with me there, but yeah, I reckon Salah over Son.
Nah, the reason why Salah gets in over Son for me, by the way, is because even when Liverpool were playing shit, he was still scoring.
That's what I'm saying. And you can't underestimate how important that actually was for us at the time. Like, you know, we talk about, and you mentioned it, and it was a great point, by the way, Son and Kane were doing that in a team that was literally made to have 10 men behind the ball and just keep it safe. It weren't supposed to be offensive. It weren't supposed to be exciting. It weren't supposed to be risky. It was supposed to just be a game where you just maybe try and escape a goal and hope for the 3 points. Salah has been doing this in a team where literally the spine is being fucked, but even forget about that. When it comes to chance creating, it's the worst season we've had probably since... Oh, I don't even know, man. We've had some shit seasons, but this one's up there. And this is with a team that's just won the Premier League, by the way. So the goals that he scored, without them goals, Liverpool aren't in the top 4 race. Liverpool aren't even in the Europa 100% position. So at the end of the day, I don't think that can go understated. If you're going to put up Rashford and stuff like that, then Salah goes above them.
The Rashford thing's a disgrace anyway. I don't know what Gary Neville's talking about. And he tried to use the off-field stuff to try and validate his opinion. It stinks. Do you know what I mean? I think he's got one more goal than Gareth Bale, and we've been mocking Gareth Bale. So, I don't know what this is, bro, because he's one of them players where we judge him purely on his output, Rashford, because you don't judge him on performances, because you don't get 90-minute performances from him, but you get goals and you get assists in it. If he's not getting those, how is he in team of the season? How? Yeah. Don't understand, innit? Gary Neville's had an absolute stinker.
People can say what I reckon St. Maximin are going above Rashford. Without him, I reckon Newcastle would be closer to that relegation zone, I'll tell you that for free.
It's true, bro.
Honestly, bro.
No, St. Maximin's massive for them.
If you watch him, he is boss, lads. He is a belter player. He'd do a job for most sides in the top 6.
But that's what I mean. And there's a shout for Riyad Mahrez as well.
Yeah, with his contributions later on. Even at the start, he was doing bits, but it's been the past couple of months where he's really sort of stepped up. But it's because he's been given the opportunity as well.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Even like Mason Greenwood over the past 12 games or so, he's really stepped up.
Bruv.
But I don't. But does that warrant the
too little, too late though? Do you know what I mean?
Too little, too late.
Do you know what I mean? Even for me, yeah, like I said before, Jesse Lingard's got a bigger shout than a lot of these men. Because
did you see people putting Cavani in for a shout, by the way?
But there you go, because he hit a little hot streak. People only remember who scored the goals in the last 2 months, bro. Jesse Lingard went to West Ham and has got more goals against the top 6 on his own than Man United do as a team.
Yeah.
And he's not in the conversation, but man are saying Cavani.
They haven't really put much thought behind this, and if they have, then they've gone with too many things and too many factors. It's not the best 11. If you've got Gary Neville talking about Marcus Rashford and what he's done off the pitch to contribute to his points about why he should be in this team, that alone, like, say if he has a season like Luis Suarez did in 13-14, you're not even talking about the stuff that he does off the pitch, or you're going to only mention it for like a second. Like, yeah, he's a great person, but what he's doing on the pitch puts him in this team. Marcus, I don't think so. Let me put a left field shout in as well. The only reason why I don't think this player gets into the team, and I think he's probably the only other Liverpool player who deserves a shout, but the only reason he doesn't is because he's had to play 2 positions. Fabinho.
Yeah, for sure, because he's played at centre-back for most of the season, yeah.
And done a very solid job at doing so. And then when he came back to midfield, we saw exactly what we were missing. If you see our record with him at centre-back and without him at centre-back in the midfield, it's night and day. We win most of our games when he's there. He controls the game. It's like, you know, how do you win most of your games? You need to win the midfield battle first.
Well, of course, but that's why if we are picking the best players, yeah, in the Premier League, he would be in the team.
But
no doubt.
Impact is what I'm saying. The only thing that goes against them is more so the fact, because bear in mind, lad, he's been playing next to Nat Phillips, Reece Williams, these type of centre-backs for the majority of the season, and actually done a very solid job. It's just because he's played in 2 positions, like, pretty much equal amounts. It's one of them things where, and also at centre-back, do you put him above, like, Thiago Silva and, like, Ruben Diaz? You probably don't. And then in the midfield, does he have more of an impact than Souček? Probably not, because he's only been playing there since, like, January. Later, or February, something like that. So we can't go off a whole season for Fabinho, but he deserves to be a show. Like, if there was to be a bench, I'd love to try and find a spot for him type of thing.
Yeah, for sure. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, even here, Rice and Basuma and Pogba are more deserving than Gundogan and Souček. But again, maybe, do you know what I mean? There's arguments. Rice, for sure, there's an argument. Basuma, there's definitely an argument. Every time someone
above them.
But exactly, Pogba's been brilliant. Do you know what I mean? But the thing is, the reason why I haven't put Pogba in there is only because he had COVID and then he had a couple injuries as well. Like, he came back, got injured, and then came back again. But his level that he's played at has been higher than all the players I've mentioned. Like, this guy's literally single-handedly.
Rants, can you read one Don's comment, please? It's like one of the ones that, in fact, I'll do it. Yeah, Lingard,
what time is
9 goals. It's 3:29, but it basically says Lingard with 9 goals, 3 assists in 13 games, so 12 goal contributions. Let that sink in. That's 1 less goal than Rashford. Just goals.
Exactly, but he's not there.
Goal, and he's not there, and he's had half a season cut off. That's hilarious. Yeah, this team's bollocks. At the end of the day, at least now
bollocks, mate.
It is, lads. It's
a man are putting Foden in there because he's had a good few months. It's a disgrace, bruv. And then Jamie Carragher's like, yeah, and he's got goals in his game. Bruv, he don't score that often. What are you lying for? I don't know how many goals he's got this season, but I don't even see Phil Foden as a goal scorer. He's not a goal scorer. He's not, bruv. Stop lying.
To be honest with you, I'm going to respectfully disagree. I think he can turn into a goal scorer. He's not a finisher, though. And I'm on it. In fact, no, I agree with you. Like, he's not like a number 9. That's not what he's made to do. He's someone who likes to create. That's his. But
Foden isn't a goal scorer. He'll score goals, but he ain't a goal scorer, and he'll never be a goal scorer. But he will score goals. Do you know what I mean? There's a difference between goal scorers and people that will score. Do you know what I mean? Salah's a goal scorer. Do you know what I mean? Foden was never going to be like that, bro. Like, his instinct is to come short, go to the ball, not run away from the ball. Salah runs away from the ball to get into space, to get in behind. Foden comes to the ball because he's someone who likes to be on the ball. He's not a goal scorer. Yeah. He's never going to be one of these GA players, bro. Foden's going to be one of them players that you have to watch him to appreciate how good he is.
He's boss. He's amazing,
absolutely.
To be honest with you,
that's can't put him in there.
Yeah, not in the first 11.
No way.
Again, if there's a bench, but Mahrez as well, though. I think Foden goes in above Mahrez for me. I think over the course of a season, I think he goes above Mahrez, just about edges it. But Mahrez deserves a shout in there. But the front
that's mental. It's mental.
I get why you're saying that, but bro, Phil Foden is different. I think he could
He is, but it's only because this is kind of like his breakthrough season, so everyone's getting excited.
Though. Nah, but it's
no, it is. Though. It's his breakthrough season as starting for Manchester City. It is, bro. Last season he was in and out the team. Nah, but bro. Yeah, but bro, I've been on the Foden train for ages, bro. I've been on the Greenwood train for ages. But the facts are, yeah, Foden wasn't a staple in that Manchester City starting 11 last season. He wasn't. He was in and out. In and out. Sterling was starting. Now he's benched Sterling.
But he's better than Sterling. But this
he is.
He's better.
He is, and he's benched Sterling. But this is his first season starting almost week in, week out, which is why the hype is there. But let's not forget that over the whole course of the season, no one weren't talking about him for the first third or half of the season, bro. They weren't. Like, not like the way they're talking about him now. Now they're saying he has to start for England in the games. They were talking about Jack Grealish before that, bro, until Jack got injured. When Grealish was fit, no one was talking about Phil Foden's impact on Man City. It was all about Jack Grealish. Certain man, they were showing Jack Grealish's numbers were better than Messi's and shit. Yeah. That's what they were showing, bro. Do you remember?
Yeah,
I remember. It was the Grealish train. And then Grealish created more chances, the most chances in Europe, most take-ons, most distance carried, all of that shit. Then he got injured. Then everyone jumped on the Foden train. Do you know what I'm saying? But the Foden train came to the platform a lot more recently than the Grealish train, innit? So man need to relax. Foden can have next year, innit? But on this year, on like the level of performance, the impact and all these other things, bro, you've got players like fucking Jesse Lingard. You've got players like Riyad Mahrez, yeah? You've got players like fucking... Bro, Jack Grealish has to be in there. You got players like Mason Mount. Over the course of the season, I feel like these men have done more. Do you know what I'm saying? I think for Man City, the players that stand out for me at Manchester City this season are Cancelo, especially because he came in, he was on the bench and he wasn't playing and loads of people thought that he might have been a flop. Ruben Diaz stands out for me and Gundogan stands out for me because when De Bruyne was eating his mince pies, Gundogan was fucking, he stepped up and he was scoring goals. And he was bossing that midfield. Do you know what I mean? Foden and Mahrez, they're in the conversation. But for me, Gundogan's probably been their best player this season along with Ruben Diaz.
Agree.
Do you know what I'm saying? And I love Phil Foden. But let's not get too fucking excited, yeah? Like, there's been some very good players in the Prem this season, bro.
There has. There's been people who turns up. And what I like about this season, because the league's been closer overall.
Yeah.
Out of all teams, there's been more stars that's been standing out. Even James Maddison at the start of the season before he got injured was making waves in terms of how many people was talking about him. If you have a conversation in December about the likes of Phil Foden, Grealish, Mason Mount, James Maddison, all these English quality attacking midfielders and wingers and stuff like that, the order in December for a lot of people will be different to the order they put now. People have only just started talking about Mason Mount, by the way. Bear in mind, he's been doing this he got Chelsea to top 4 last season.
He was player of the season. He would have got, bruv, under Lampard, he was Chelsea's best player week in, week out by a mile.
No doubt about it. The fact they got top 4, you can contribute most of that. Not to Frank Lampard, to Mason Mount. And then a season later, he continues that form. New manager comes in, drops him straight away, which in hindsight was mad. Comes back right into the team, makes an impact, gives him no reason to drop him. No excuse. You have got no reason to drop me. And then he goes away with England, does the same thing. All these different systems. Mason Mount, mate, like, people are only talking about him now. But he's been doing this for a long time, and he's 22. He's 22, man. Like, not a long time. If you class a couple of seasons as a long time, but you know what I mean, though, a lot longer than what people have been getting to know. Because I reckon a few months ago, people put James Maddison above Mason Mount, and if you want to do that, fine. But
I think he's a better. I think he's a more talented player, but I think that Mason Mount is his versatility.
Yeah.
Is what makes him so good because Maddison's only good at what he's good at. Whereas I feel like Mason Mount is like this generation's answer to like a James Milner, where he can just play everywhere. technically good athlete, good football IQ, can just play multiple positions. Very good player.
Mason Mount, someone who'll probably, like, barring any injuries, he'll play till he's like 36, 37, like a James Milner, because he'll adapt to his position, even when he loses pace.
Absolutely.
Pace, the turn and stuff like that. You know, that turn of pace. Like, mate, he'll be able to adapt his position, go deeper in the midfield. He'll probably be a little bit chestier by then. Like, lad, Mason Mount, he's quality.
And look at this. Foden's only started 15 or 35 games this season. Do you see what I mean, bro?
That's all. Yeah, that's all.
And he got into the team of the season. And that's what I keep saying, bro. Recency bias in football kills people. That's why sometimes don't look at social media and them things, because these men will twang you into believing that Foden's been playing all season. Like I said to you.
The thing is though, even when he was on the bench, I was saying he needs to be starting for them. That's what.
Now I hear that because of his quality, but at the same time, like 15 starts to get in team of the season, bro. That's pure emotion that's got him in there.
Nah, I wouldn't have put him in there. I wouldn't. Not in the.
I'm saying 11. Them, man. They agreed on him, though. Both of them agreed on him. They agreed on Phil Foden. And that's what I mean.
I disregarded their opinion when I saw Harry Maguire in the fucking team, mate.
But this is it, bro. And this is why I say, even with the Cavani shouts and that, everyone's shouting Cavani because he's scoring recently and it's fresh in their mind. But at the beginning of the season, Harry Kane was banging goals, blood, when Tottenham was stinking the place out. And him and Kane were literally playing 1-2s and scoring and winning games for Tottenham on their own. People are talking about Tottenham winning the league.
Contributing to every Tottenham goal.
Everything. Goals and assists.
Every goal.
Goals and assists.
Even third man. Even the one, like the assist of the assist.
Yep.
He was that guy.
Well, there you go. And then the man are trying to put Cavani in there over him. And that's what I'm, bro, like, honestly, and this is what it is. The football opinions, are so fleeting, and they change all the time. These mans, they just go on what they remember at the time, what's hot in their head at the time, bro. And that's why I can't take these men seriously, bro. Can't take them seriously at all, bro. Like, the whole thing is embarrassing, man. Like, there's been some very good performances. When you speak to most football fans out in the top 6, what players do you think that your team should sign and that? United should go get Basuma. Everyone's agreed that Basuma is one of the best midfielders, in the Premier League outside of the top 6. But then he's not even in the conversation for one of the players of the season because he's not at a big club. Do you know what I mean? And this is how they make these decisions. This is how they make manager of the season. There's no fucking way Pep gets manager of the season ahead of David Moyes. There's no chance, bro. No chance, bro.
Do you know what the Basuma, like, don't get me wrong, he's had a very good season in terms of impact. He has a shout and that. I think people put a bit too much emphasis on him, I'm not going to lie. And
same with Bielsa as well. That's a great shout.
What about Bielsa?
Bro, first season in the Premier League, man might finish above Arsenal.
Nah, I'm on it. But that's like beating Khabib when he's 50.
No, I hear you.
Do you know what I mean? Though, like, he's above Arsenal. You might have beat Khabib, but still, like, it's not the same, is it? Like, nah, but I get that. Even mid-table for Leeds is class, mate. Like, to get mid-table in your first season, so comfortably finished. Like, people were saying Chris Wilder had a shout for coach of the season last year, so why not?
He did.
Why not?
Last season, Chris Wilder should have got it.
Innit? So
he should have got it, man? Bro. Bruv, Bielsa's a shout, and I think Moyes is a shout. Straight. I don't think anything outside of them two is incorrect for me. Because the brand of football that Leeds have played as well, he's come up, he's been brave. He hasn't come up and parked the bus to try and stay up, you know?
Do you know why I'd say David Moyes, though? Yeah. They've actually probably still spent less money than Leeds, even though they came from the Championship.
Yep.
And
no, you're right.
That, like, when you think about it, David Moyes, I actually thought West Ham probably would have finished below Leeds at the start of this. Because, lad, West Ham didn't really come into this. Like, they had a good end to last year, but there was nothing there really to say top 4. Like, mid-table at best, G. Leeds, I thought they could have got mid-table without, like, diversity and whatnot, and the way they play. Even when they played us on the first day of the season, the headache they gave us, I was like, watch how many games this year. I said it in my first video. People can actually go and watch that live match reaction. It's only in highlights as well. I said it. Watch how many teams they give nosebleeds this season. They've been the most fucked team. They've been the most fucked team.
But, bro, You know what's mad about Leeds, yeah? Like, you get all these flipping idiots coming out and disrespecting the football that Bielsa plays. And it makes me sick. It's these British blood and thunder pundits, yeah? And it's like, if a team comes up, it's almost like they expect them to park the bus, fight for their life. You know, like in boxing in England, they love the Ricky Hattons, the Carl Frotches, the geezers that get their heads busted open.
Like the actual skill aspect.
They don't like the skill aspect. They only like the heart and the fight. Do you know what I'm saying? That's all they like. That's all they like. So when you see a team like Norwich came up playing beautiful football and got relegated, they were like, yeah, serve Norwich right. They tried to play football when they should have parked the bus. But Leeds have come up, played football, and fucking slapped teams. Leeds either lose 5-0 or win 5-0. And you know what? I fucking respect that. Because they go out there and they play football.
Yep. That's what I want. You're getting me into a position at the table that exceeds the expectations I have. And you're doing that. Meanwhile, no, and I'm going to watch a boss game of football. Even though there's going to be weekends where I'm like this because I'm losing 5-0. I'm also going to be seeing my team winning 6-0. So I'm all right with that because I can celebrate a lot. And that's what football is about at the end of the day. It's about them celebrations, about watching boss goals. And I feel like over the past, 10, 20 years, something like that, that sort of diminished type of thing. But even when I was growing up, so we can even go back, 8-10 years ago, that's all we cared about. What was the best goals we could recreate in the training ground?
Absolutely,
you know what I mean? Or trying to do Steven Gerrard absolute wonder kicks, or doing the Scottish accent while we're hitting the ball. Oh, yeah, beauty! What a head, son! What a head! You know what I mean, lads? That's what football is about, G. It's not about... Mo Salah, right? I love Mo Salah, and I love the creative movements he adds to the front three. I like the fact he gets loads, but he doesn't score worldies. I remember Luis Suarez for scoring so many more worldies.
Yeah, Suarez is different though. Suarez is a different tier of footballer.
Nah, I'm on it, lad, but still though, you know what I mean? Salah's still a legend, but Suarez, I remember more sort of moments that he had. Does that make sense? That's
of course, because brother, same with Steven Gerrard, because these guys, they've got a highlight reel, that can't be matched. It's the same for me with Wayne Rooney. The same with Paul Scholes. Paul Scholes only scored bangers, innit? That was it. Same with Rooney. Rooney lighting up shots off the crossbar and that.
Rooney was a fucking alien, lad. When I was watching him growing up, I don't know if we're going to see something like that again until you start letting people inject into their legs. Because, mate, he has a shot that you could shoot from 50 yards and it's most likely going to test the goalkeeper.
Them players don't exist no more, bro. Listen,
they haven't got them extra muscles in there.
If Rooney was playing in today's game, he probably wouldn't make it, bro, because he's too heavy. You know what I mean? And the thing is now, the modern day footballer is about 70 kilos, bro. When you look at players, they're super lanky and tall, and it's all about who can run for the longest. It's not really about technical ability no more and all these things, bro. Rooney came in built like a bricklayer, at 16, looked like he comes straight off the fucking scaffolding site, put on a pair of boots and was just slapping people up. And now most of these guys are skinny as hell. Do you know what I mean? Just run a shitload and ain't got half of the technical ability or even a quarter of the ability of a Wayne Rooney, bro. The game's completely changed, bro.
Someone's even just said Nanny. Even Nanny. Maybe on a... I don't know what people want to say about, a consistent bit, but he was when he turns up, lads, when Nanny was on form, that was a joy to watch.
He was crazy.
Even now,
baller.
We've talked about him already. Riyad Mahrez, he's like that in the Premier League at the moment.
Yeah.
He's like that sort of little Dimitri Payet when he was at West Ham.
Payet's another one that came in, never really looked like an athlete and was just nutmegging everyone,
bro,
and slapping the ball off the crossbar into the goal, bro. The free kick that Payet scored against Man United is one of the best free kicks I've ever seen. He put it right there, in there, bro. De Gea, that was prime De Gea.
It's the one spot, it's the only spot he could have put it in the goal. And it goes in. And do you know what's mad, Here's the craziest thing. We played West Ham twice at Anfield that season. One in the FA Cup and one in the league. The West Ham fans wouldn't shut the fuck up about Payet all game. I barely heard any songs about bubbles and shit. All of that business was done. It was... We've got Payet, Dimitri Payet. I just don't think you understand. And they were going for it for the whole 90 minutes.
Come
on,
bro.
That's when you know. That's when you know you've got a fucking baller in your team. And then he fucked off. I was devastated when he left. Even though he was a nightmare when he played against us. When he left the league, a little bit of sauce left with it, you know what I mean?
Bro, listen, he was different. Players like that don't exist no more, bro. Like, they don't.
Like 28 as well when he went to West Ham.
Yeah, bro. You know what I mean? And the thing is with Dimitri Payet, yeah, I saw him, the first time I saw him was, I think, in the Olympic Games for France. And you had to be like under 23 or something, like, and then I think you're allowed 3 overage players. I think Payet was like, I want to say 19, 20, bro. And this guy, they were talking about him the way they talk about we're talking about Mbappe and them, man, like before. He was meant to be like the guy to really blow for France. And I don't know if he got a bad injury. Some people saying attitude for whatever reason, yeah. He never played for the clubs he was meant to play for, but his ability is some of the most ridiculous shit I've ever seen, bro. Like, ever. Do you know what I mean? Like, he looked like he was in the playground. Like, man's never seen anything like Dimitri Payet, yeah, in the Premier League in terms of just pure audacity, bruv. Him and fucking Adel Taarabt in the Championship. What Taarabt done in the Championship, Payet was doing in the Prem.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Oh, do you remember Taarabt's mad season in the Championship?
Bro.
I remember that, mate, because he was talked about on that was my prime FIFA years, that Rants. So when he was like smashing it in the Champ, people were like, what? When he comes to the Premier League, he's going to be serious. And you know what, lad? Like, obviously he never ended up being serious, but he was someone as well who just gave you that. Even Coutinho, someone's just said in the chat.
Coutinho was...
Do you know when Suarez left? He was the only thing that made my club feel massive still. Do you know, like, because obviously to me it'll always be massive, but to everyone else we weren't doing nothing. Coutinho was the only person, any game, that would give us that element factor, like, oh shit, we've got to watch out for Coutinho.
But that's what I mean. Even with Liverpool, when I look at it, yeah, Coutinho is the only player since Luis Suarez that I think he's got the stardust in it. When I see Mo Salah ain't got the stardust like that. Like you said, he doesn't score the screamers like Coutinho. Coutinho cuts inside, whip, top corner. And he's like, he kept scoring the same kind of goal, and there's nothing you can do about it. All the time. Do you know what I mean? All the time.
I'm just thinking to myself, yeah, like, he done it against Southampton. He then done it a few weeks later against, like, Bolton. Then he's doing
every
it
other week, blood.
Like, do you remember in the Europa League? Do you remember in the Europa League when we played Hughes and he done that chip over to David De Gea? Even goals like that, bro. Just extra seasoning. Just extra seasoning. It was glorious. When he left, I was devastated because that was his best sort of little period at Liverpool. Do you know the one before he left? He took it to a whole nother level before he left. It was madness. Like him, Firmino, Salah and Mane. Even though it was only for a few months, I was blessed to see that front four. You know, that was a fun four to watch. That was a fun front four. Nah, Coutinho was a baller as well. These are the ones, man. Like, these are the... Like, even growing up, yeah, I'd say my favourite player... It's not even that I thought he was just my favourite player was Ronaldinho. Or, like...
Yeah, mine as well, blood. Dino's like, my baller,
like,
bro.
Like Steven Gerrard, numero uno. But, like, just my favourite to sort of... Like, I couldn't do shit what Ronaldinho was doing. I fell over every time I tried. But, lads, just the fact he could do them things... Bro. Imagine like when I was a kid as well, I was a chubby fat bastard.
That sawdust comments fucked me over, man. It's killed me. But
I was thinking what you laughing at there.
Nah, bro. Nah, but honestly, yeah. Nah. Coutinho was something else, bro. You know what I mean? And Ronaldinho, for me, oh my days, bro. He's different, bro. That's why he's my guy, bro. Like, literally, like, everything about Ronaldinho just made man want to just be outside playing football, bro. Like, literally, that's what it's about. That element of the game has gone now, innit? Unfortunately. And that's what I mean. And that's why players like Phil Foden, players like Jadon Sancho don't get the respect that players like fucking Mbappe and Haaland get. Because now, everyone just cares about fucking goals and assists, bro. That's all they care about now, bro. Phil Foden is every bit, if not more talented than... Bruv, Foden and Sancho are both more talented than Mbappe and fucking Haaland. It's not even close. If you actually watch the game, you can see the level of ball control, ball manipulation, movement, like everything, bro. Everything. Like, and you see how high Haaland rates fucking Sancho. He loves him, bro, because he knows Sancho sets him up. Them two have got like the biggest fucking bromance going, mate.
Here's the thing as well about Sancho. I was speaking to someone the other day, and they were like, Jadon Sancho's had a bit of a like not as good as a season, and I was like, are you fucking mad? Like, he's getting better, but people don't know because he's not in the Premier League or whatever. And it's just not being talked about as much. Like, mate, like if you don't watch Dortmund week in week out, then just don't comment on him because you'll probably be a lot more thinking. And I
think this is his third season with plus 30 goals and assists, bro, and he's broken the fucking record in Germany for the first player or something to. I think he was the first player to get 15 goals and assists like 3 seasons in a row, or was it 20 goals and assists? I can't remember. Something stupid like that. He broke a record in Germany, and he's a kid, bro. He's a kid.
It goes to show. It goes to show. And if he's doing that for 3 seasons, then the only thing that can stop him is injuries.
100%.
The only thing, because mate, he's got it all. He's got it up here. He's got the ability, all the attributes to be a winger. He's got the pace, ball control. Like, mate, he's just class. He's like whoever gets him in the Premier League, because he will come to the Premier League.
That's like, it. 30 plus goals and assists for 3 seasons in a row from midfield, bro.
And that was when he came from Man City, yeah?
Bro, fuck off, man. Do you know, bro, in Germany, what's man talking about? A man is saying he's not having a good season, bro. And do you know what I mean?
He's the best player in a Dortmund team, probably.
Bro, he is. He is, though.
He's that age.
Bro, Haaland was out injured and Mbappe just bagged... not Mbappe. Fucking Sancho just bagged the brace to get them into the top 4.
Yeah, that's
what man does, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like, I watched Mbappe, yeah, and everyone gets onto me.
That's the first time I've heard of that, though, you know. That's the first time I've heard of that, because no one talks about it.
No, because no one does, bro. But I'm a big Sancho fan, and the thing is, yeah, these guys, what they do, even with the Mbappe thing, you know what it is? A lot of people that judge Mbappe see his Champions League numbers. Same with Haaland. They see their Champions League numbers, but they don't watch them week in, week out. So they don't see when they have bad games. They only see when they score, and they see the stats. And then that's how they build a picture of what the player is without watching them. Because I watched Mbappe, yeah, like in the Champions League this season, yeah, and bruv, like if he's not scoring goals, blood, man's just getting caught offside all the time and just fucking running into no man's land, bro. Like, honestly, like, I'm not a massive fan of his. I think he's a good player, yeah, but I think he's massively overrated for what he actually does, bro. Like, he's a good player, yeah. If there's a high line for him to run in behind and that, he's a fucking problem. He's a winning runner. Do you know what I'm saying? And he'll get in behind and he'll cause havoc, bro. But he don't have the football IQ, the technical ability of a Phil Foden. Not even close. Do you know what I'm saying? Not even the football ability of a Jadon Sancho. He doesn't have that, bro. He's a pace monster, innit? He's a speed merchant. That is a good finisher also. Yeah. But he's a speed merchant. Literally 90% of his game is reliant on his electric speed. And that's not slander. It's a fucking fact.
Who do you rate higher on ability out of Mbappe and Felix?
Felix, bruv. Felix is probably the most talented player in the world for his age group. He's a fucking animal.
He's insane. He's a monster, bro.
Bruv, he's a fucking animal. João Felix is a throwback player in the wrong generation.
I never understood why he went to Atletico. Even the
money, bro.
He made that move. No, but the second he made that move, I get it, like money and that, like, yeah, fair enough, but gee, that system, it's not something that fits in. I feel like the second he leaves there, that's when people will really get to know about, even though they know, they'll really get to know about Felix the second he leaves that team, G. You will just see, because he's, well, you know, but if you don't know, the people watching at home,
João Felix is a joke, innit? But the thing is, the team that he plays in, he isn't able to show himself. So,
listen, Liverpool could do with João Felix very nicely.
he's one hell of a footballer, but now he's snookered. Do you know what I'm saying? He's snookered because it'll cost too much to get him out of there. But the guy's amazing. The guy's actually an amazing footballer, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. In this era now, yeah, people are less fixated about watching the game, yeah, and seeing who's good and who's not. They're just like, who's putting up the most numbers? They're the best players. That's just it, bro. That's just it.
And even if you want to include the numbers in your argument, that's not the issue. It's just when that's your only argument, and then when other people come up, present different facts to you, different moments and whatnot, different performances, and you just ignore that because he's got more goals. That's not a proper football debate. Do you get what I'm saying? To say that Salah is 100% a better player than Mahrez, probably not completely true. You know what I mean? Based on if you want Salah to do what Mahrez does, guess what? Mahrez is going to do it better. Because they're two very different type of players. If you tell
Mahrez is a creative wide player, and Salah's a goal scorer
to make space and whatnot, he's not going to do that as well as Salah does. So at the end of the day, it's one of them things where how you look at an argument, but it's when you only go off numbers. That's all it is. So
100%. Like I think Salah's good at. Salah's a goal scorer, and Salah's almost like an old-fashioned number 9, but playing in the modern game. He just scores goals. Even when he's not playing well, he scores goals, innit? That's just what it is. But he ain't got an all-round game of Mahrez. He ain't going to come short, get the ball and do all these things, take on players and that. But he's going to score fucking goals.
He likes to create the space amongst the floor.
That's it. So they shouldn't even really be compared. But they shouldn't really be compared because they're very different. Do you know what I mean?
The old saying goes, doesn't it? You got to shake what your mama gave you. And he what his mama gave him. You've got to use what your mama gave you. And he's using his pace, lad. And Mahrez is using that skill, bro. So, at the end of the day, that's the way it is. What did you make of fucking Fulham and West Brom, man? Sam Allardyce. Man like Allardyce.
Obviously, Fulham have gone down. And Fulham have gone down as well. And you know what's mad? That's why we have to give respect to Bielsa as well. Because Fulham, everyone was talking about how well Scott Parker's got these men playing football. They don't play better football than Leeds and they got fucking relegated. No one was saying, Fulham got relegated because they tried to play football. Because it's fucking Scott Parker. And that's what I mean about, you see the little biases and that they have in the media and stuff. Fulham went down because they started the season too poorly. And then when they did pick up form, it was too late.
Yeah.
That's what happened. You know what I mean? If Fulham had an extra 2 months of the season, they would have stayed up, I feel. But football don't work like that. Allardyce going down. You know what I'm saying? It couldn't happen to a nicer guy, bruv. I thought he was going to keep them up, but he didn't. Do you know what I mean? Every dog has his day. Does that mean Sam Allardyce is finished? I don't know.
I mean, it was good. Listen, it was a very difficult task from when he went into the job. At the end of the day, could have happened.
Yeah, it was very difficult. I don't know why he took it, bro. Do you know what I mean? He must have been gambling, boy. The funds must have been low because I don't know why he would take that. That was almost a dead cert to go down.
Yeah, I understand that. I feel like he might not put as much emphasis on the fact he's never gone down than what we all do. Do you know, as the football fans, like, he's never been relegated. Maybe he just doesn't think of it that way. Maybe, like, in the back of his mind, it's nice to know that, but it's not everything for him. So when he took the job, it's like, if we get relegated, I'll just do everything I can type of thing. At least I'll have a job. You know what I mean, lad? At the end, it's a job for him. So people want to, like, just take that job. But if he had other options, that'd be strange if that was his first choice. Because I get that. That was basically like what you said, dead certain to go down. Fulham, I'm not going to lie, lad. Didn't mind Fulham. Sad. You know what I mean?
Man. I liked Fulham, man.
Like, happy day. Like, they gave it to the big teams as well. Like, the big teams thought, this is Fulham. Bro, they drew against all of them. Or, like, took, like, points off them. Do you know what I'm saying?
Man, we had to score worldy to beat them, bro. They were good, man. We
drew against them twice. We drew against them twice. I believe they beat a few of the sides as well.
Parker had them drilled very well.
It's weird the way they actually went down. They're like, I swear as well, 17th, who's like Southampton, they're 10 points above them. So it was actually like bound to happen.
Well, there you go. So it's a strange one, but I think Fulham will probably come straight back up, just like Norwich did.
Norwich are the most yo-yo squad.
No, I mean, but you know what? They managed to keep, what's his name? Fuck my life. The blondie. Nah, the blondie, bruv. The main guy, bruv. What's his name? Not Pookie, bruv. The fucking Pookie's a... man. Cantwell. They kept Todd Cantwell.
Like Cantwell, lads.
You know what I mean? And he done his thing. So I'm happy for Norwich. I want to see Todd back in the Prem and that because I thought he was a good player. I liked him. Do you know what I mean? So
I thought he was going to get a move to a Premier League club. Do you know, kind of like what happened to James?
I think he chose to stay though. I think he chose to stay, which is fair play to the lad, and he's got them straight back up. He's young, so yeah. So he chose to stay, And fair play to him, innit? Same with Grealish done the same thing with Villa. So now he stayed with them and he's gone up. I think after this season, if he gets someone comes in for him, he can leave and he can say, you know what, I didn't leave them when he went down, innit? So, but I think he'll be playing in the Premier League going forward. If they go down again, he's definitely staying up.
Yeah,
do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get that. Because I think now as well, he's had that valuable, kind of like Jack Grealish.
Exactly like Jack. Took his
time to like really settle in, and now we're noticing the benefits of him being patient and, you know, just easing into the game. And people thought when Jack Grealish went down and then stayed down with Villa, they were like, wow, why has he done that? Now we know why, because it's actually benefited his
It's been very beneficial for him. Do you know what I mean? So like that's why he looks a lot more of a mature player than his age suggests, because he's been up and down. Do you know what I mean? So 100%. And you see this comment here, you see the Griezmann thing? This is why I say to man, respect Griezmann, yeah? People are saying that Griezmann is shit, yeah, because it's not working out at Barcelona. But, bruv, it didn't work out at Barcelona for a lot of players, yeah? Antoine Griezmann is a world-class player. You might not fit into the Barcelona.
You just said that, man. You know, lad, I'm so happy you've just said that. He's so disrespected,
bruv, because he doesn't fit in at the Barcelona shape. Yeah, man, disrespect him, bro.
Did you watch Griezmann though? Like
he was killing, bruv. When you see what he was smoking, man. He was smoking, man, for Atleti. Yeah, he was their only attacker, bro. They were playing 10 man behind the ball and Griezmann by himself, and Griezmann was mashing work.
Have you done a Rants Reacts to Griezmann?
Not yet, but it's definitely coming.
Do a Rants Reacts to Griezmann at Atletico Madrid.
Griezmann's a baller.
Insane.
Baller.
He was quality, G.
Absolute baller.
Yeah, shout that. Shout out to whoever put that comment as well.
100%. Do you know what I mean?
Pat yourself on the motherfucking back. Who else went up? Watford, Brentford. Oh yeah, man, like Ivan Toney.
Toney, bro.
He's
a baller. He's a baller. He's a baller, bro. I'm glad they came up because I didn't want someone to steal him. I think what he should do is he should come up, have a season in the Prem with them, and then if it doesn't work out, yeah, like with them and they go back down, then he should sign for a Prem club. But I don't think that he should leave them, bro. I think he should stay with them now.
Stay, be the main man. But he is 24 or something, isn't he?
But that's perfect because
exactly,
he's got the maturity, he's got the physicality, everything like that to deal with the Prem, bro. And if he gets 10 goals next season, he's had a great season. Do you know what I mean? Playing for that team because they're not going to create many chances.
I said a few months ago, because I think at the time Danny Ings was injured and whatnot, and I think we had a few. I think the options for like the England strikers. Do you know when we were talking about the Euros? I think it was like Harry Kane, Ollie Watkins, Dominic Calvert-Lewin.
And Patrick Bamford.
I said, why shouldn't Ivan Toney be in that conversation? Because when I watch Ivan Toney, I know it's in the Championship and that, lad, but you know a good striker when you fucking see it. When
brother, you see in football, the goal's the same size everywhere you go, fam. If man's mashing work in the Championship, you could play for England.
He's got the records in the Championship. Like, it's not like he's just scoring goals in the Championship. He's got the most goals ever scored in that league. You know, and it's a fucking dodgy league, the Championship, man. Like, I know that it's not as the high quality as the Prem, but still, that's a very impressive thing to do. And also, it's good to see, because he used to play for, was it Newcastle? Or something? Because he was at a Premier League club when he was younger, Ivan Toney, I believe.
I don't know, bro.
And it just didn't quite work out. Maybe I'm chatting shit there, actually. But I thought he was at, like, Newcastle for a few years. And then it went wrong a bit. It's good to see him back, at least. If it's him that I'm thinking of, because I might be just chatting shit and thinking of someone else.
Nah, but he's a baller still, bro. I like his temperament. Do you know what I mean? He seems like he thrives being the main man there, innit? And that's always great, man, because some of these guys, they can't take the pressure, bro. And coming up to the Prem, the scrutiny is going to be different. And people are going to be looking at him as the talisman, bro. Do you know what I mean? And I think that he's got the right kind of temperament for it. Do you know what I mean? He's 25 as well, blood. Man had 31 goals and 10 assists, bro.
Ooh, very saucy, yeah. Very saucy. No,
bruv, at any level, even if this was like the 5th tier of England, yeah, and you've got those stats, I'm looking at you, bro. You know them ones. If you're playing Conference Prem and you're putting up those numbers, you could play in League One Championship. 31 goals and 10 assists ain't a joke at any level of football, bro.
100%.
It's not a joke, bro.
And it's not even the numbers. Like, if you look even more into Ivan Toney and the way he plays, like I said, lad, he's just a good striker. I've said it, and people have contemplated this. Maybe not now, maybe in a year's time, but I go off attributes, and I like to look at things like injury records. His injury record isn't terrible. He fits what I want in a striker. He's got pace. He can actually finish. I think if he gets half the chances most of our front three gets, he puts it away. Because I've looked at his highlights, I've looked at some of his games this season, and bro, he's just a goal scorer. And that's what Liverpool needs. We need a goal scorer. If he can do that for Brentford, why can't he do it for us?
But he can.
You
can't be any worse than fucking Origi, blood. I know Origi got the goal and that everyone will always remember, but he's better than fucking Origi, bro. So he can do it in the Prem.
Shout out man like Divock, though, of course, always my absolute Belgian brother. But yeah, I haven't.
But there you go. Vardy got 33 goals for Fleetwood and then moved to Leicester. So if you're mashing 31 goals, yeah, and 10 assists in the Championship, you're a Premier League striker.
How dare man like Tope say Origi his pants? That's so disrespectful. Do you know Jamie Vardy?
Man saying it's 37 goals. Don't gas me, bro.
Do you know what I don't like recently, though, Rants? Just because Jamie Vardy's had a little bit of a drought in goals, I don't like the way everyone's turning on him. Have you heard all this?
But Jamie Vardy, yeah, is 33 or 34 years old. It's bruv, listen, yeah, Jamie Vardy is a Premier League legend. And, right. Yeah, and literally one of the most impactful centre forwards to play in the Premier League, bro. Man's won a Premier League.
But is his impact since, because the team has changed over the past few months because Rodgers has kind of wanted to implement Iheanacho more into the system. So now he's.
I think it's because Vardy's been injured.
Has he been injured as well?
I think he's been injured, bro. But you see, the thing about Jamie Vardy is, yeah, the geezer mashes work. He scores goals, innit? And I think Vardy's story coming through the leagues, the fact that he won the league, yeah, as well with Leicester, could have gone, didn't go. Staying at Leicester, not going to Arsenal, looks like the biggest grenade he's ever dodged in it. Like anyone could have dodged in their career, because Leicester are comfortably better than Arsenal now. But he turned down a move from Leicester. He stayed there. Do you know what I'm saying? And he's done his thing, innit? The thing is with Jamie Vardy, yeah, he will sound mad, but he's not the most clinical of players, yeah? But his movement just affords him loads of chances, innit? And he had a hot streak where everything he hit went in. I remember the goal he scored against you lot. Do you remember the volley, the half volley?
There was a goal I don't know if you saw that clip. Do you know when I was bigging up Trent and I was like, yeah, he'll be back, and then Real Madrid scored off Trent's mistake? I don't know if you saw that clip.
Yeah, I remember.
Like that. My face was just dropped like this. Lad, that was exactly what it was when Jamie Vardy scored that goal over Dejan Lovren's head, and then it just went right over Mignolet, and I was just thinking, wait, what the fuck?
But I tell you that, yeah, he never knew nothing about that. You know, as a striker, sometimes, yeah, everything you hit just goes in. It was one of those, innit? Like Jamie Vardy ain't a finisher. Jamie Vardy's not a finisher like that. You know them ones there. And Jamie Vardy broke Ruud van Nistelrooy's record, yeah, but he's not a finisher like Ruud, bruv. Jamie Vardy smashes everything, blood. You know, he smashes everything. Yeah. Like, he doesn't pick a corner and that, like Henry or like a bruv, he clarts everything.
Just get it past the goalkeeper and we'll hope for the best type
That's
of thing,
it.
You know
just hit the target, close your eyes and smash. You know them one. And it's like...
and smash.
And it works, bruv. Man Hulk smashes everything, blood. But literally, like man said, he's a ball over the top merchant. He plays like he's playing non-league because his energy and his pace is just mad. But in non-league, if you've got pace in behind, you're gonna do madness. Like,
it's mad the way
that's
he
just it.
Steroids. In it or any performance enhancement.
He's a genetic freak, bro.
He's crazy. Because he probably doesn't take care of himself the greatest either, lad. So it's like, how is he running around for days like that?
It's the Red Bull, bruv. Like you said, he has 2 on the coach and then he has 1 in the dressing room and that, bruv, man.
Yes, Jamie Vardy, even his celebrations, lad, like the way he just doesn't give a fuck.
Bruv, when he smashed the corner flag, bruv. Like, he fly kicked the corner flag and broke it. He's a madman, bruv.
He's sick, lad.
You know what I'm saying?
Here's a question. Who do you reckon's had, like, a better time since that Leicester won the league? Like, who do you reckon it's worked out for the most out of Vardy, Mahrez and Kante? 1 to 3. 1 being like, it's worked out for him the most. It's worked out for him the most. And then like 3rd, it's like, yeah, because they've all smashed it in their own way.
Oi, that's a sick question. I think Kante has 2 league titles in that time. He's in a Champions League final against Mahrez.
Yeah.
Mahrez he's had Premier League titles as well.
Yep. He's actually, I think this will be his 2nd one now. He won
Yeah.
the season before we won it.
So I think Mahrez has more trophies, hasn't he? I think Mahrez has got more trophies.
Yeah, I think
Man are
so.
saying World Cup, yeah, but World Cup doesn't count because that I'm talking about domestically, bro. Like Kante would have got the World Cup even if he stayed at fucking Leicester because man plays for France, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? But Mahrez has, I think Mahrez has got more domestic trophies. I think City are about to win their fourth League Cup in it or third League Cup with him there. So I'm not really sure.
I think it's his third one there because they won it the season before he joined, but they won it again 3 times. I'd say, because the thing is about Mahrez, it's very easy to say Mahrez now, but would you say that last season when he went?
Kante's got 2 Prems, 1 Europa, 1 FA Cup.
Ooh.
And what's Mahrez got? Mahrez has got what? 2. No, Kante hasn't got 2. No, Kante hasn't got 2. No, since they left Leicester. So take away that Leicester Premier League. One of Kante's Prems is with Leicester. So he's got 1 Prem away from Leicester.
Oh, and a Europa.
A Europa and an FA Cup. Mahrez has what? 2 Premier Leagues.
Yeah.
And 2 League Cups, I think. So it's close.
And they're both in a Champions League final this season.
Yeah.
Oh. Does Jamie Vardy finish bottom of that list? I think that's the first question we've got to ask. Because we're talking about Kante and Mahrez, and rightly so, because they've won a load of trophies. But when you talk about Jamie Vardy, you know, he can say this. Hold my golden boot, because I swear I got a golden boot like a year after or something. Nah. Oh, I don't know. Nah.
Mahrez has 2 Premier Leagues, 3 League Cups, a FA Cup. Mahrez wins still. It's Man City, isn't it?
Nah, but you know what's mad though? Has he played as much as Kante? Because I don't think he has.
No, he hasn't. No.
Yeah, get on. Let me ask this question, and then you can say whatever the fuck you want, my G.
Yeah.
If City don't sign Mahrez, do they still achieve all it? If Chelsea don't sign Kante, do they still achieve everything they've achieved?
We don't know because we don't know who they would have signed in, but we don't know who they would have signed instead.
Nah, let's not do that. But like, let's think about impact.
No, but we have to. We have to say that, bro.
Let's bend the rules. Listen,
we have to say that because imagine they signed in Ndidi instead, yeah? Like, they would have still won it.
It's easy to be shit. Anyway, listen, lads. Kante, based on impact, he's been starting since day.
Yeah. Of course. Definitely. In terms of impact since they've gone there. Do you know what I mean? He was a squad player for City until this season. We had Mahrez.
Say that Mahrez has actually had the least impact out of all 3 of them during that time.
Probably, yeah. No, that's a shout. It's a fair shout. Because he's only now really starting. No, you're right. 100%.
Rants, they would have had Bakayoko. That's who they would have had, Bakayoko, lads. Instead of Kante, that's who they would have been starting. Fucking hell. I swear he won the league with.
You say Ndidi's nowhere near Kante's levels, yeah, but bruv, the numbers say opposite, bro.
No, like, Ndidi is like, if you don't know about Ndidi, then
Ndidi's the best holding midfielder in the league, probably outside of Fabinho, bruv. So I don't know what man's talking about.
I'm glad you said outside of Fabinho. That's a shout. I agree, actually. Him or Rodri.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So, like, man need to put some respect on Ndidi. What is that? The weather?
Welcome to Liverpool weather, people. This is the way it is. Did you hear that, motherfucker?
Bruv.
Did you hear that, motherfucker? I've just shit myself. Lad, that was crazy.
What?
It's not even that bad. Did you hear that, lad, yeah?
Fucking hell, bruv.
That was insane. Hey,
nah, that's mad. That's mad. I can't even lie, bro.
That's absolutely shit.
Yeah, bruv, the weather's fine here, bro.
Did you hear that? That was mad.
Shit, hell, bruv.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying? Bruv, literally, I thought that was an earthquake, blood. That's what it sounded like. That sounded mad, bro. No, I mean...
it's like to everyone saying stay safe, man. No,
that's what I'm saying. So, like, bruv, like, it's super mad. I can't even lie, but Mahrez's impact on City this season can't even be questioned, innit? But we're talking about since the beginning. Yeah, you know what I mean? Since the beginning...
Since they won that league, what's happened? Because all 3 of their stories is mad.
Facts.
Like, oh my goodness, bro, all three of them would write a book and I'd definitely buy each and every one of them because what they've all been through in their own right. Like Mahrez, I read a thing, he rejected PSG when he was like 19 or something like that. Or no, he might have even been younger, to stay at like a club that he was like, I think it was like the French second division. But he was
yeah. He was at where the fuck was he, bro?
I can't remember, but he was getting first team football.
Was he at Le Havre? I'm not sure because that's where Pogba was. I think he might have been there as well. I'm not really sure though. I'm not really sure, but it's a mad one.
But just hearing things like that, there's just something about that I respect. Like, you took the long route. Like, yeah, we were talking about Jack Grealish, talking about Cantwell, who obviously has still got a lot more to achieve. That's like something right there where you've got to admire that. And then when you talk about Kante and Vardy, both in their own way, they've kind of had a similar career themselves, coming from the lower divisions all the way to the top, absolutely smashing it, being the most integral part in both of their sides since they joined the Prem, pretty much.
Yeah, like, that's what I'm saying. So that's what I mean. So no, it's a bit of a matter.
World Cup, like not to add to this argument of them three, but
bro. I think without a doubt, when they all retire, Kante will always say he's had a better career because he's won the World Cup. I think it's like when you win the World Cup, fucking.
That I saw that one. Do you know, like when the light flashes?
Yeah, that's mad, bro. Man are just waiting for Loki to appear and that. You know the ones there, some bullshit, bro.
That's crazy.
Know what I mean? But like literally, like when you win a World Cup, that's the pinnacle of football, bro. Obviously, you can't choose your passport when you're born in it, but like winning a World Cup is the pinnacle of football, innit?
Yeah. Nah, that's number one. Like that's where, you know, that makes the difference for the arguments in like 20 years time. Well, if you won a World Cup, then it adds so much more to the argument. Whereas right now, you can have league titles and stuff, but you know, that'll only be validated right now. In years' time, will people even look at that as much? They'll probably look at more international success more than anything. It's like, obviously, Messi will always be, in a lot of people's eyes, the greatest. But that will have a big hindrance on his argument with the fact he's won nothing with Argentina. And he's most likely not going to win anything with Argentina.
Yeah, he's not winning fuck all, but, bruv, listen,
dog shite.
Yeah, but I don't think that should be taken into...
I agree.
Account though.
Like, I agree. Messi is different gravy, lad. You know what I mean? Like, shout out man like Leo, but you never know. For like, you know, some of the dumb fucks out there who didn't ever watch Lionel. You know how it is, lads. Watch the people who didn't watch Lionel Messi. All the new kids.
Yeah.
Who, you know what I mean, lad? And they're saying like, oh, Jadon Sancho's the best player in the world, which will be fine. But like, when it comes to comparing players, they're like, nah, Messi hasn't got a chance. Never won nothing with Argentina. We ain't even the best player of that generation. Ronaldo won something with Portugal and everything. Like, lads, you don't even know, G.
Facts. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, big up everyone. Before man wraps up, bro, Laporte is changing his nationality to Spanish from French because he's not getting picked. So now, all of a sudden, Spain are they're even more stacked. You know what I mean? And to be fair, yeah, Spain always need defenders. So that's a great move for him still.
Listen, lads, I always have a bit of a question about these international transfers and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm not going to lie, I always debate it. But fair play to him. If he wants to do it for game time, he is going to get game time there. In fact, who plays above him in France? Varane.
Kipembe. You got Kipembe. I don't think Umtiti plays anymore.
Right, let's just go through this.
How's man picking Kipembe ahead of Laporte? I think this Laporte's been injured, bro. That's what I think.
Yeah, that's a bit of a mad reason because I'd actually look at him as one of the better centre-backs for France. Like one of the better French centre-backs that there is. But then even for Spain...
No, don't Hernandez... I swear, don't Hernandez play fucking...
Oh, the one...
What? Doesn't Hernandez play? Yeah. No, but they play fucking...
Don't chat to me about Kurt Zouma over...
Because they play Pavard and Hernandez.
Langley from Barcelona.
Bruv, they've got two Hernandez, haven't they?
There's Langley from Barcelona.
Yeah, Langley don't really play though. Hernandez is a left back, bro, for France. Unless there's two Hernandezes and these
there's one for Milan and one for Bayern Munich.
That's what I thought. Yeah, because the other Hernandez
is a left back.
Yeah, the other Hernandez plays left back, bro, because him and Pavard played in the last tournament. I know they've got Konate, Upamecano. They got bare centre backs. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, even like Kanate and whatnot. Fair play.
Yeah.
I mean, but that being said, though, Ramos,
Oh, they're brothers. I didn't even know that. Shit.
Yeah, I think that are they brothers or twins?
Lucas and Theo Fernandez. Okay, I didn't know they were brothers.
Yeah. What was I saying?
Yeah, Laporte going to Spain makes sense.
Wait though, Ramos, Piqué, who's the other centre backs?
They're both fucking grand. Ramos and Piqué are old, man.
Pau Torres, is he French? I mean, is he Spanish?
I assume so. You know what I mean? I know who he is, but I don't know if he's Spanish. I mean, I think he is.
Good move.
Yeah, it makes sense.
There's too many.
Imagine being a left-footed centre back and you can't get a fucking game, bruv. That's how you know that France have a stacked team, bro.
Yeah, innit?
My left-footed centre back and you still can't get a game, bruv. It's
They
mad.
defo get Umtiti above Laporte. They defo do that. France, no doubt about
Yeah,
it.
Ramos and Laporte. Yeah, cool, but Ramos is old as well. They need to be thinking about replacing him as well. How was Piqué retired before Ramos for Spain? It's mad, bruv. It's actually mad.
Is there
Do you know what I mean?
centre backs? The way no one's named any centre backs from Spain, that's funny though.
That's it, bro, because no one knows. It's just Ramos, bruv.
Yeah, this is what Laporte's done. He's like, right, where's my other national? He's gone on the app where you can find all the other nationalities. Oh yeah, I've got a bit of Spanish. Let me look at the national team. So he's looked at the national team. Turns out there's no centre backs available. Yeah, I'll play for them.
That's it. Man done the little DNA test, innit? Fucking hell, bro.
Yeah. Probably
Look,
found
Pau
1%
Torres and
African in
Diego.
there somewhere.
That's it.
Got, like,
Diego
everyone's got
Llorente.
loads of different ones.
Yeah, they needed a centre back, and they said that he was requested by what's his name, Enrique. So be interesting.
Like his competition isn't great. Besides Ramos,
look at the French centre backs, bro. They got bare centre backs, bruv. Like you forgot Koundé as well, bruv. Like yeah. So yeah. Spain was a good shout.
I agree, because all he needs to do as well, say even if he goes above all them French centre-backs, if he drops form even the slightest bit, he's got much competition behind him. He's fucked, mate. So whereas if he goes in that Spanish side, he's at least on the bench. He's at least making the squad. So
that's what I mean. So no, man, it's a great move for him, bro. Like, I mean, and he'll be there with it. You'll get to the knockout stages of every major tournament, you would assume. Do you know what I mean? So it's a good move.
Hey, before we wrap this up, I just want to know your opinions on this, because I haven't heard your opinion on it. Would you take Ronaldo back?
Hell no.
Yeah, innit? Fuck that.
Bruv, I see Pepe back pocketing, bruv. I'm not trying to see Ronaldo at Manchester United, bro. I'd rather keep Cavani, bruv. Like, literally, I'd rather keep Cavani for another season than play Ronaldo up front. You know what I mean?
Where do you reckon he'll go? Because you can't stay at Juventus if they get Europa League.
I don't know, bro. That's between him and God, bruv. I don't really care. I don't really care where Ronaldo goes, bro. Like, I don't care. Legit.
Between him and man like God, you know.
Bro, honestly, like, I think he's been finished for a minute, bro. Like, I'm not a fan of Ronaldo. I haven't been for a while, innit? Like, I was a fan of Ronaldo maybe 5 years ago. I haven't been a fan of Ronaldo for some time. So, for me, like, I don't really care, bro. I think he's boring to watch. Know what I mean? It makes my eyes hurt watching Ronaldo, bruv. Do you know what I mean? So, it's one of them ones. I don't want him at Manchester United, bro. Do you know what I mean?
Ain't going to want him at United. That was just a funnier response than what I anticipated. Nah, fair play. I think he needs to stay away from the Premier League. Like, he needs to stay away from the Premier League.
Absolutely, bruv. When I see you getting moved to, by like 37-year-old Pepe and that, bro, you don't want to come back to the premise long, bro.
Heavy, isn't it? Yeah. And like when you spend that much money on your physicality and whatnot, and then you're just getting bodied, and you know what I mean. I still rate him. Don't get me wrong. I think it's impressive that he can still do what he does, but obviously he's not the same as what he was, like you said, 5 years ago.
No way. It's not worth it, bro. It's not worth the wage bill. It's not worth the dressing room as well. Do you know what I mean? Got quite a young team.
Get any trophies, because obviously
doesn't guarantee nothing. Nothing. It would be purely for shirt sales.
Yeah.
That's what it would be for. Do you know what I'm saying? He should go to the MLS, but again, like I said, I heard that he's got a case in America and he can't go there. You know what I mean? So, because man will get done for questioning, you get me? So, I don't really know. Like, Ronaldo might just have to go back to Portugal.
In before he becomes a free agent?
Go back to Sporting Lisbon. Go back to Sporting Lisbon.
How mad is it that Sturridge is a free agent still, by the way?
It's a disgrace, bro. He's a good player, but, you know what I mean? When you get blacklisted in football, it's a real thing, you get me?
Nah, lad, I'm seeing him posting TikToks, and fair play to Sturridge, man. He's like, when he was at Liverpool, he was most certainly my favourite personality in that time. He was just funny, bro. Like he
proper vibrant, innit? Like little dances and that. He was calm.
Yeah, like this celebration was just iconic for the reason that it was boss. And even when you'd watch him do like on the Liverpool YouTube channel, be doing like rap offs with like Rhian Brewster and Jordan Ab when he was at the club. And
and flipping Oxlade and that.
Like, lads, and he was just
it's the vibe,
So whenever he'd do an interview, he was always positive. Whenever he came back from an injury, he was always positive. Like you could see, he had a proper impact on the dressing room, man. And I'm not saying he'd be Premier League level, but
he's definitely Premier League level, man. He's better than Welbeck and them guys,
bro.
The
only reason why he might not play there is based on his reliability, but in terms of quality, he's one of the, in terms of finishing, his finishing is different. We talk.
He's one of the best finishers. He's one of the best natural finishers I've seen in an England shirt, bro. Like without a doubt. And the thing is with Sturridge, when you look at players like Bamford and all these guys, they're not even half the players that Sturridge is even now. So it's one of them ones where Daniel Sturridge could definitely do a job at like he said, like he could do a job at Crystal Palace. He could do a job at a Brighton. He could do a job at a team like that, bro. Like he's definitely Premier League level. And
I think now as well, he wouldn't be asking for, obviously...
He wouldn't be asking for crazy wages, and you could have him on a pay-as-you-play. Do you know what I mean? He can do a job at a team like that, or a Southampton or something. Bro, he's a baller, man. Do you know what I mean? Man, have to respect Daniel Sturridge still. Do you know what I mean? And that's the thing. Andy Carroll and Jack Wilshere still getting contracts. So if they can get contracts, Sturridge must be able to get a contract.
Andy fucking Carroll, just when I noticed that he's still playing football.
This is it, bro. Like, that guy's had more fucking hairstyles than he's had appearances. You know them.
Christian Benteke and all that. Like, if Christian Benteke can still get a contract, then so can Daniel Sturridge.
But that's what I'm saying. So I think that hopefully Sturridge will be back in the Prem soon. Do you know what I'm saying?
I hope so as well. It'll be good to see him just... How old is he? I believe he's like 32 now as well, though. Like he's getting I still think he could give
I think he might be a bit younger than that. He might be like 31 or something. But either way, he can do a job, mate. Yeah, he can do a job, mate. He can do a job.
Yep.
Big up everyone in the chat. It's been lit. Smash the like button. Me and Saeed are back at 5:30 for. We're just gonna do the preview. Go straight into the watch along. So it's gonna start a bit later because there's no point doing two different. Because one, I had a feeling the lineup was gonna be this nonsense that I'm seeing on the screen right now. If that is the lineup for real, it's a shambles, blood. Like, Ellen Garner gets a start, bruv. I've never seen this youth play in the first team and man starting in that, bro. We're going to get smoked if this is the team, yeah? So, it's one of them ones.
Really rest them for our game, aren't you?
Yeah, and then they'll probably lose it anyway. You know? So...
You really rest them for our
game. I
don't
really know what's going to go on.
Van der Beek's playing, you know. Yeah, man.
I heard Van der Beek and Matic together, bro, and then Matter. Like, the man's put out a League Cup team, so... I don't know, man could get smoked, innit? Like, I don't know what's going on, guys, but...
When are you playing? I'll have
6 o'clock kickoff, bro. Do you know what I mean? Man. So me and Saeed will be back at 5:30. Make sure you follow man like James, bruv. As usual, in the title. In the title, it's always there. You get me? It's always there. Man. So make sure you click the link in the title. Make sure you subscribe to him. Do you know what I mean? United put up yeah, this is mad, bruv. United put out some League Cup team, Ellen Garner, bruv.
Well, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
But at least Ahmad's starting anyway.
That's the thing. You get to see a few exciting players that you don't usually, like Van der Beek's in there, Ahmad starting. I'm Williams. I'm Matt.
Really
you know, it is what it is. That lineup's a joke if that's the actual lineup. Hopefully there's a few little spelling mistakes in there. That being
imagine who the hell's Lagana, blood. I'm fucking dead.
I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea who that is.
Bro, listen, what happened to Shortire? Everyone was like, oh yeah, Shortire. You see, they gave him the little debut just for the joke, and then we've never seen him again.
Are you on to all these young players that get talked about? We were supposed to have this absolute wonder kid of a centre-back at the start of the season called Kumateo. We've had injuries to Virgil van Dijk, Joe Gomez, Phil Fabinho, who covered that position, Joel Matip, and I haven't saw Kumateo play once. I've saw Nat Phillips, I've saw Reece Williams, and Kumateo still played for the under-23s, but he was supposed to be this next level friggin' centre-back when he comes to the first team. Young players, a lot of them get too hyped too much, man. Like, shout out to a man like Ryan Brewster, Champions League winner and that. You represent that whenever you get a haircut, son, no doubt about it. But, bro, 25 million. That just goes to show that we overrate them too soon.
You know, all these men saying man's hard, yeah. Watch a man watch him play first team football and he looks dead, blood. You know the man. Fam, you see what I'm saying? You know why I say that, bruv? Listen. Kiddie football, yeah, and big man football is completely different. You know them ones. We're gonna see levels. It's just like bear man think Tanzebe is wavy and then he gets moved to by a 35-year-old Demba Ba, bro. Like there's levels to football, innit? There's levels to football.
It's why I'm impressed by Harvey Elliott in the Championship.
He's a baller. Harvey Elliott's actually a player.
He's quality. So like it's one of them where when he first went to the Championship, that was the question. It's not the ability. We knew already. You can see from training sessions he's got the ability. But can he keep up with the physicality of that league? Bro, yeah. He can. Yeah, he can.
That's what I'm saying.
Lad, this man like Elanga, what's his name? Elanga.
Bro, I don't know this
man
youth,
like
blood.
Mr. E. Good luck, brother. You know what I mean? Even though I actually want Man United to win tonight, believe it or not. Because we need Leicester to lose, don't we?
Yeah, of course you do, innit? But bruv, we're not doing you no favours tonight.
That's a shit team then.
Bruv, we're gonna get smoked. We're getting smoked tonight, bruv, by the looks of it, bro. Like, if Leicester don't beat this Man United team, then they don't deserve anything, bro.
It's not going to take a lot of great character, in the words of Brendan Rodgers, to beat that team.
Yeah, you know, like that. So, now we just have to see. We just have to see, man. But big up everyone.
Wait. Breaking news before we end the stream. You might already know this, actually.
What's happened?
Buffon has announced he will leave Juventus at the end of the season.
Yeah, I'm not surprised, bruv. No, but where's he going to go?
Well, he's just said he's going to leave.
Rah.
After winning 21 trophies with the club.
He might retire, or I don't know.
He should. Like, let's be honest, he should retire.
Man said Elanga's like Rashford, so all right then. But that's going to wind me up then. You know what I mean? You know like that, bro.
Said that before.
We'll see in it. Do you know what I'm saying? Man said, look what Fulham done to Billy Gilmore, bruv. Listen, yeah, football's just different, innit? So we're gonna see, man. Like, we're just gonna see in it what happens, innit? We're gonna see what happens, guys. Do you know what I mean? But yo, big up everyone. You know what I mean? And yeah, man, I'm gonna see you, man, at 5:30 back here. Make sure you follow James Redmond TV. The link is in the title of the video as usual. Do you know what I mean? And yo, like. That's it, and we'll see you back.